Hello and welcome to this live. Um, I'll just wait a couple of minutes just in case someone does let me know that I am live and that you can hear me okay. Hopefully you can. Um, I have got my phone here so I can see that I am coming up um, as live. So today, what I wanted to share with you is what I actually used as opposed to what I did pack to go away for a few days. And then I'm going to share with you the lovely things that I bought while I was away on holiday. So I did pack what I thought was minimal, and in actual fact, I still didn't use everything that I packed. So, what did I actually use? Well, first of all, I packed this book and I did use this book. I'm really impressed with this book at the moment. This Painting Calm, Connect to Nature Through the Art of Watercolour by Inga Buivadovici. I think that's how you say her name. Um, but it's a really beautiful book, and I have already done flip throughs and shown you some of the lovely pages in here. So that was something that I read and I used. Now, while I was out and about, in my backpack, which is this little backpack, I had one section here that I put some art materials in for when I was out and about. And this is what was in here. It was my Just Go Sketching companion that you fit your sketchbook into. And so I did use that. Um, for those of you that haven't seen, it fits in like so, and then you find the page that you want to use and you just use a couple of clips to keep it in place. And what you can then do is put your watercolor palette on here, and the little palette that I took with me was my Nomadic Artists palette, which fits on there really nicely. So that was what let me just get that on there better. So you can see that that doesn't move about too much. It kind of stays where it should. And that meant that I could use this when I was out and about. The couple of pictures, bearing in mind that the weather was not so great. It was really windy, really cold, and rainy some of the time. So the only two pictures that I did in this when I was walking out and about were these two. And this was in Southwold in Suffolk, which is close to where I stayed. And then this was the Swan Motel where I did actually stay. Those were the only two that I did in that little book. Um, and as I said, I did use those paints, and I did use some of these pens that I took, and then this one just had water brushes in. So that worked really well while I was out and about, basically. I'm just going to move them over there out of the way a bit. And then this is the one that I used when we were in the hotel, sitting there, when it was okay and not too cold to sit there, maybe with a glass of something nice. I used this one. I used my Sendak, and this was the little sketchbook that I took. And I did do a couple, I think, or maybe more than a couple in here. So I did those two, and then I did this one, which is kind of coming down here. You can see these have been inspired by that book. And then I did these two as well. I don't think I quite finished that one off. But that worked, this worked really well when you could have a table to sit at. And it doesn't take up too much room. And I had everything that I needed in there, apart from a water bottle, which I took with me as well. So that's what I kind of used while I was away. The bit that I didn't use, if I can just get this done back up again, was, where are we? Here we are. So I took this with me. This is a spare paint palette. I didn't use that at all. That was in there. I took extra pens, my Fude pen, the Tom's Studio pens. I took those and some other things. I didn't use any of that at all. So that will teach me for future. So let's just pop those out of the way and get on to the good stuff then. So this is what I actually bought while I was away. It's from the Art Trading Company, which is a lovely art shop in a place called Bungay, which also wasn't too far from where we were staying. It's a very pretty town with lovely old buildings, and it does have an online store, so I will put a link to that store just in case you want to have a look for yourselves. So I'm just going to tip this out and we can have a look and a bit of a play. There we go. Whoops, hit the camera there, and I will show you what I bought. So I bought a couple of sketchbooks. This one was £9 and it's called the Octopus Sketchbook, and it's actually got 8 extending concertina arms, which I will show you. It's 220 GSM. It's all media cartridge paper, and when I open it out you will see what I mean, in that you have got, there we go, there's one of the pages. Let's just move those a minute, and then here we go, here's another concertina page. And so you've got all of these concertina pages within this one book, eight concertina pages, which is probably why it's called the Octopus Sketchbook. And I just thought that that was something very different. I haven't seen anything like that before. Obviously I've seen the concertina sketchbooks, which I'm very fond of, but not something like that. So we have that one, and then we have this baby, it's a baby one, which I couldn't resist. When you get to know me, you'll know that I really like, pop that in the bin, I really like sweet little, cute little things. If I can get this out. Does it open both ends? No, it just opens one end. So that's, there we go. So it comes in this little case, and oh, hold on, was this Sea White of Brighton? Let me just grab that wrapper again, bear with. It is, it's Sea White of Brighton. Each page has 2 140 GSM sheets. So there's 38 possible working surfaces. there we go. And that was £4.70. So it is actually another Sea White of Brighton. And so this is really small. It's, what have we got here? Let's get that the right way around. So we've got 3 inches by just over 4 inches. And it's another lovely little concertina sketchbook. So stocking up on my concertina sketchbooks. The annoying thing is that once you've taken it out of its package, there's nothing that tells you that it's Sea White of Brighton. So some of those others that I've shared with you before and said, oh, I don't know what it is, perhaps they possibly are the same. So here I have got a this is a brush pen. It says it's a Bemoji Foodie pen, water-based pigment, medium brush. It's Kuretake. So we've got that one there. And then might need my little knife to get in here. In here, whoops, I have got a couple of the Rosa Gallery tubes. Now I have got a few of the whole pans, but I haven't got any of the tubes. So I got a Payne's Grey, and this one is called Golden Brown, and it looked like it will granulate. So I'll have a try of those in a minute. And then, I might need this again. Hold on. What have we got in this one? Okay, so in this one, we have got a couple of new things for me. These are Abstract Innovative Acrylic Sennelier 3D liners. That's what these are. What colours have I got here? Does it say the colour on there? This is just called Flesh Ochre, and this one is called Cadmium Red Light Hue. And I don't know, I thought they might be fun to see what they do and to play with them. Maybe that might be something new for my mixed media. And then I have a whole bunch of these, which are the Zig Clean Colour Real Brushes. Now, let me just move that one a minute. And some of you will remember me sharing these with you, and this is a Zig Clean Real Brush by Kuretake again, and I was really impressed with this one. This came in the Inktober set that they do from 2023, and because I really liked the feel of that, and I saw these in the Art Trading Company, I decided to get them. And what have we got here? Does it tell me what colours I got, or does it just say the number? Oh, okay. It doesn't give you... It just gives you a number. Anyway, we will open those because there's a nice selection there of colours. Oh, missed one. And then I also got some more Pebeo Cern relief. Some of you will have seen me adding that to some of my mixed media paintings. And this is, what are they calling this? Imitation lead. So I've already got the gold, the silver, the silver, and the copper, the white, the black, and now I've got this one, which is imitation lead. So we will have a try with that as well. I just need to get my sketchbook so as we can have a little play with these. Here we go. I won't try those yet. I will try everything in the sketchbook that I'm using. So you can see here, this is where I did the Kuretake Inktober 2023 set, and this is the clean colour pen that I really liked. So, well, that page has got a bit of a splodge on it. We'll use that for something else. So let's start here. What shall we start with? Now, I think these have got that horrible plastic on them. How easy is it going to be to open these? Or am I going to need my... I'm going to need this again, maybe, so that we can get in there easier. What is it with packaging these days, do you think, everyone? It's they don't want us to get in anything, do they? Hi, Diana. What's the GSM on the tiny concertina? Hold on. That was, it doesn't say. Oh, no, it does. 140. It's 140, Diana. Okay, so let's have a go with these. Let me get my pen to write with. So these are, let's move this up a bit. The Zig Clean Colour Kuretake. Okay, so I wish it said a colour on it. Why doesn't it just... Oh, it does. Okay, cobalt blue. There we go, cobalt blue. These are just, they really are like using a watercolour brush. They're really quite lovely. There's our cobalt blue. Let's put that to the other side. Now let's have a go at this one. I should have undone these before, shouldn't I? Never mind, we will get there. So this is called Mid Green. I think you can get some lovely texture with these. I'm liking the colours so far. What do we have next? Let's have a little look. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Janina. So here we go. This one's blue-grey. These on this the pad that I'm using at the moment is 300 GSM watercolor paper, not cold pressed, and I'm wondering whether these would work differently on hot press, but you do get a nice texture on this paper. I might try one out on some smooth paper quickly in a minute. Let's see what color we've got next. Are they similar to Tombow dual brush markers? I don't know that I've got any of those, Sharon. What are the ones that I've got that are these? Let's just move that out of the way a minute so that I can maybe get in here. There we go. What are these? These are the only dual ones I've got. No, these are the Faber-Castell. So these are unlike anything else I've got. I will be honest, because they're a lot softer. They're rather like the watercolor brushes that are natural brushes, because they tend to be a bit softer than the synthetic ones, and I think they feel a little bit like that. I guess that's why they're called real brush, possibly, maybe. So this one is deep green. You can, let me see if I can bring this up a bit closer, because I want to see if you can see how it, can you see how it splays out? Just like a brush does. So it really is like using a watercolor brush almost. If anyone else is there and they've got the Tombow dual brush markers, and they've got these, maybe they might be able to answer that question. Right, what colour have we got now? This is just called red. Oh wow, that is bright. Okay, that's what I would call a very orangey, a warm red, as opposed to a cool red. Then we have got a yellow. And what is this called? Lemon yellow. Okay, so let's move over here a bit. This is going to be fun to do a painting with. That's nice and bright, which is what you want from a lemon yellow. And then we've got, oh, brick beige. Brick beige. Never heard of that as a colour before. That's a new one on me. Oh, okay. Good colour though. Let's see if we get it in a couple of places we can. No, that's not coming. Let's hope I don't cut myself going live. Okay, let's see. The wrappers don't like coming off. Here we have got deep blue. And that is a very nice deep blue. And the final one that we've got, and I can't say as I'm sorry I'm doing these, but I am pleased with these pens. They're just something so different from what I've already got. Cool grey number 4, apparently. How are they spelling it? Grey, like that, as opposed to the Grey. The lady in the shop when I bought these said, I forget where she said she was having to import them from somewhere like Portugal, because otherwise they were too expensive to import here in the UK. Might be better for any of you that are in the US. You might be able to get them easier. But this is the first time I've ever seen these anywhere else in the UK other than this niche little shop. So here we go. There we have a couple of blues, we've got a couple of greens, a couple of greys, a blue grey and a cold grey, a red and a yellow. Don't know if you can kind of mix them at all. I've got a little palette handy. Okay, let's just see if you put them, because, you know, we just have to see if we can do something different, don't we? Oh, I mean, eventually this yellow is going to come back through. But if I used another brush, so it looks like you can actually mix them in your palette. Wow. Isn't that brilliant? Okay, so that's rather good. As you could see though, it's quite, you get quite a textured mark on the page on this watercolor paper, but have I got some smooth paper here? Anywhere, she says. Bear with me. Can't seem to find any off the top of my, without hunting too hard, but it might be that they are a lot, well, I'll tell you what, this is probably smoother paper, isn't it? Let's just go in the back of this. Okay, let me just try. No, well, it is a bit smoother. It is a bit smoother. This is obviously the multimedia paper, so slightly different effect there, I think, everyone. Okay, so that is those. What shall we do next? Shall we try, whilst I've got this palette out, let's try our 2 new Rosa Gallery colours. So, I'm going to need my water now. There we go. Let's get some water in. And what have we got here? We have got a number 8. Okay. So, what was this one? This is, where are we? Golden brown. Let's write it down. Rosa Gallery. And we've got golden brown. So let's see. Oh, that's really dark. I have to say, for the price, these Rosa Gallery pigments are really rather good. I need to move up a bit, don't I? And I can see that that is going to granulate nicely. And then the other one was Payne's Grey. It's got a bit of a shine on it at the minute because I've got the light on, but once it's dry, it won't shine quite so much. I will bring it up in a minute though. Actually, how much were these Rose the Gallery paints? Okay, £7.90 for the two. Oh, this is going to be a really good. Oh, I do like a Payne's Grey that's got blue in it. Or quite a blue grains Payne's Grey. Get my teeth in. Let's try them a little bit more diluted, shall we? Let's see if we can dilute them down and do maybe a paler one underneath. So if you didn't want them quite so concentrated. Oh yes, that golden brown. Maybe I'll just turn this light off. Oh no, if I do that you can see better. Okay, can you, I'm hoping you can see all that granulation that's starting to happen in that one. And then we have this gorgeous Payne's Grey that's very blue. And then watered down a little bit. So I think they're a really nice addition to my Rosa Gallery ones that I've already got. If you want to know what ones I've already got, there is a video that shows all of my Rosa Gallery paints. So shall we attempt? I don't even know how to use these. Okay, these are the Abstract Innovative Acrylic Sennelier 3D liners. So I'm just going to call them Sennelier 3D for short. Perhaps we'll add the word acrylic in there. And this was cadmium red light hue. And what was the other one? The other one was flesh ochre, and we'll pop you over there. All right, let's see what these are. I don't know. Should I shake them? Does anyone know? Let's give it a squeeze. I don't know. All right, here we go. Here is. Oh, that's definitely coming through. Oh, I say, look at that. Well, there we go. Hopefully you can see that little nib there. Well, that's different. Can we use a bit of water with it as well? We can. We can use a bit of water with it. Well, these are interesting. I think that these would be great with mixed media. And this, I was really looking for something like buff titanium, to be honest, but they didn't seem to have that. This was the closest that I could get. These are going to be fun, a fun addition. I can see me getting a couple more of these at some point, maybe. Wow. Nifty, as they say. Right, here we go. There. So I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of raised on the page, a bit like the Pebeo Cern Relief, but obviously you can then water them down as well. So then we've got, how much were these actually? Does it say? Acrylic, £7. Okay, these, wow, they were £3. Were they £3.50 each? Is that all? Or £7 each? One or t'other. Anyway, this was £5. This Kuretake Fude pen. I ought to write it in. Kuretake Fude pen. And I need to move that water out the way and move up again, don't I? There. Now this, oh, okay. That's what these feel like. But these are a bit softer. But if you go slowly, you get a nice even ink. But if you go a bit quicker, can you see you get like a dry brush effect? So there we go. There is the, hopefully you can see the difference. We've got the line there that where I've gone quite slowly, and then these kind of like dry brush marks. So that's rather lovely. And then this was £5.60. This is the, now I can't remember, do I need to cut the top off or open something in here? Let me see. Okay, right, I'm going to get out what we call my most expensive tool in the house. Some of you will have seen this before. A paper clip that has been unravelled because I need to make a hole in there, which I have just done. Where can we put that? We can put that there. Right, now I can put that back on. You have no idea how many times that unbent paperclip has been used in this house. Right, let me just Pebeo Cern Relief imitation lead. So like the leads that you get in lead windows. Oh, yeah, I can see it coming down. It reminds me of these. It's doing the similar thing. But I do love this because it, much like that is raised, the Sennelier 3D acrylic markers, the Pebeo Cern Relief is raised above the paper as well. So, is the Fude pen water soluble? Hold on. Water based. I'm guessing. Let me get my brush at the ready. Oh, you can't see, can you? Right, okay. I'm going over that with the water. And it's not budging. Not really. There you go, Sharon. That seems to be okay. Oh, Sakura glaze pens. Ooh, they sound fun. Brilliant. We might be all looking those up soon then. there we go. So those were the goodies that I bought while I was away because, well, you just have to, don't you? But finally, I bought some books. Some of them were secondhand, and I need to make more space on my desk, she says. Right, me whiz across here and bring these in, and some of them I bought from Waterstones. So let's start with, that one came from Waterstones. And so did that. Let's start with those two. I'm pretty sure you can get these on Amazon as well. So this little book, I've virtually read the whole of this book while I was away. It's called Birds in Art by Tim Batchelor, and it was published recently. I think it was 2023, if I remember. Where does it say? Or doesn't it? It's normally right at the beginning, isn't it? I might have looked it up. I'm pretty sure this was only published in 2023, but it goes through a brief history of birds in art, basically. And it starts off with the artist Cedric Morris, and how he kept birds, and they kind of flew around freely, basically. And then he went on, he was an artist in any case, but he went on then to do pictures of birds. And it talks about how even in the illuminated manuscripts, a lot of the time birds were in the pictures. So it just gives you this lovely background as to how birds have, we've always kind of been fascinated, that's the word I'm looking for, been fascinated by birds. And there are some beautiful pictures in here, and it just goes through all the various well-known artists throughout the years that have Robert Gilmore's Avocet. I've seen that picture in several places. Tracy Emmett. And how, you know, even in sort of modern artwork, it's used to express various different topics and meanings. So this is one of Cedric Morris's, one of the most early sort of people who started painting the birds. That's one of his. But yeah, and it goes on to give you all these different. So this is Aubrey Williams, the Caribbean coast of South America. And another one of Aubrey Williams. That one's rather lovely. These are a bit shiny, sadly. And then even more kind of abstract ones with birds. But if you're into birds, which some of us are, then I just found this book. So Pablo Picasso, Dove, another Cedric Morris. His was very much from the real life around him, basically. But yeah, it's absolutely chock-a-block full of all these different ways that people have incorporated birds into their artwork. So yeah, some of you might like that one. There's a Henry Moore, Jacob Epstein. That is just fascinating, that one. Yeah, so yeah, I virtually read that cover to cover while I was away. I also bought, now I think earlier on this month, not too long ago, maybe couple of weeks ago, I showed you Angela Harding's print works through the seasons. This is a book that she has illustrated. It's written by Isabella Tree, and it's about wilding. It's about how to bring wildlife back. And I got so far with this one, but it's really interesting. It's a piece of land that in Knepp, and how it was changed from sort of agricultural, very much man-made area of land into back into what it wanted to be as sort of like wildlife, if you like. And it gives you the timeline from you know, the 12th century right up to 2023. This one was definitely published in 2023. And you know, now they've got beavers, they've got tortoiseshell butterflies, they've got white storks, nightingales, all sorts of things. You can see that's what the land looked like before, and then this is what it looks like now. It's reverted back to its sort of wild state. But there's some beautiful illustrations in here from Angela. So I'm a big fan of her work, as well as some really nice photographs. And I think this is a glorious book. So yeah, there you go. There's an idea of something a little bit different, maybe, that might inspire. Wow. If only I could do that. But she does, hers is mostly sort of lino print and different types of printing. So I won't do it all, but that's just to give you an idea on that book, Isabella Tree, How to Bring Wildlife Back, an illustrated guide, and it's called Wilding, illustrated by Angela Harding. Beautiful, beautiful book. And then I got these from a charity shop in a little place called Harleston, and this one is it's kind of covered up there. What does it say? Is this the Reader's Digest? I'm guessing. Yes, it is. We'll just lose that bit. Reader's Digest, Wild Britain, and this is the animals one, and it's literally full of all the different animals with loads of pictures. Brilliant as reference pictures, and not a very big book. Look, I've put my hand over the top of it. And I think that one cost me £1.50 in the charity shop. That we've even got bats and yeah, shrews, hedgehogs. I just think that's a really, really nice find. So I was really happy with that one. I can see that one being a great reference book. I'll just throw that one on the floor for a minute. Then we've got this Draw 50 Animals, the step-by-step way to draw elephants, tigers, dogs, and many more. This is by Kingfisher, and the author is Lee J. Ames. Lee J. Ames there. And this one cost me £1.50. And what I like about this one is that when we get there, here we go, step by step, broken down. Which animals are something that I really struggle with, to be honest. What was that? I need an Amazon storefront. Mm. Yes, I have to say, my husband went, more books? We don't have any space. And I just said, I'll make space. That was my reply. I love books. And yeah, my art books are really quite inspirational for me. They give me new ideas, especially when I get stuck in a rut. And I really do want to practice my drawing skills. As most of you know, I'm self-taught. I never did any art classes, so I'm trying to sort of teach myself, really. This is the Beginner's Guide to Chinese Painting. It's called Book 2, Introduction to Colour by Maggie Cross. And I have been using the 4 treasures. They will be the 4 plants. Tells you about the equipment that you need and the little seals and the different colours. I have got a whole box of everything I need to do this, and something that I was using a lot was this one, the Chinese Brush Painting Bible, with about 200 motifs, and I think I've shown this on a book review before. I was using this in the One Sketch a Day that I've kind of got behind on. I was using that in this a lot. But this I thought was, you know, might inspire me a bit more to keep going and keep trying, because it is a specific technique and you have to use the brush going down and up in certain ways. So I quite like this because it was quite big and looked quite simplified. And so I will give it another go. See, I just love these. They have a really calm feeling to them. This one cost me £1. And then finally, you'll be pleased to know, finally, we've got Wildlife on Your Doorstep, The Living Countryside. This one cost me £2.50, and it is quite a chunky big book. And so this has also got all this information about plants and wildlife. And it's got some gorgeous pictures in that will inspire, I think. Look at those. That's, oh, it's a ragwort. Well, I never. And that's the peacock. Well, you can't see. There you go, peacock butterfly. So yeah, this is just lovely. It's got some really beautiful photographs in, and some nice close-ups as well, really. You know, when you look, I don't know if I can get the shine off that. There we go. It's got some really beautiful photography in it. I mean, isn't that cute? You see, it makes you want to, oh, I'll have a go at that. I want to try and draw that. And obviously with all of the flora and fauna, it gives you some ideas of colours for backgrounds in your paintings, that kind of thing. So we've got birds in here. What's that one? Starlings. Oh, great tits. That is a lovely picture. Lovely photograph of a great tit there. Wow. So there we go. We've got all of those going on. I'm trying to, I downloaded an app called the Birder app, and I'm trying to recognize the sounds of the birds. Sometimes you can't see them. You can only hear them. Robins. We have a resident robin that comes in Caesars quite often. So yeah, I hope that gives you an idea of what's in this book that might be inspirational. We can't always get out and about and find somewhere that inspires us. So I think that that's why, you know, books can be so helpful to us. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I have got a couple more, well, I've already got videos lined up that are coming out up until Tuesday next week. I quite often schedule them. Oh, you thought, oh yes, Sharon, studying bird calls. It's quite tricky, but yeah, the Birder, it's like bird with an A on the end. There's an app that you can get, and it gives you pictures of the birds, and you can press the sound button, and you can hear the bird call, which kind of helps you identify birds a little bit better sometimes. But yeah, so I've got some things that I ordered from Amazon, and some, another unboxing. So I've got 2 more lots of unboxing, but there are other things that I've already scheduled up until Tuesday of next week in any case. So there's lots more coming, but I do appreciate any comments. I do always reply to them. I'm really grateful for the people that subscribe. It really does make a difference. Subscribing and hitting the like button helps any of us that are you know, doing the videos and things on YouTube. So I'm very grateful to those of you that do, and thank you so much. But I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll see you again in my next video that hopefully you will watch. I think it's coming out on Saturday. So there you go. Thank you everybody, Sharon and Diana and all of those that have been chatting. Really lovely. Thanks again, and see you again soon.